Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another day of the video diary. How's it going today? Today, I put my money where my mouth is. Today is the first day that I commute using a longboard. Short, today is not my day so far. I woke up a little bit later than normal, like 15 minutes or so. I snoozed my alarm, and then Laura's alarm woke me up, which is 15 minutes after mine. Got ready in order to head onto campus for the last day of going over and fine-tuning the group coursework. And halfway there, I start to notice a noise the car's making and start to realise that it's actually quite low on power and it's not accelerating very quickly. Stop the car, call Laura, tell her that I think the car's breaking down, and basically decided to bring the car back home. It's sat at home now at the moment. It got me back fine, but it does sound poorly. It sounds and is acting like the time when my engine coil went in the Fiat and it started misfiring or something. It sounds and feels as if it's running on less cylinders than it's got, but there's no engine warning light. That was why it was like such a decision about whether to carry on driving it or not, because, I mean, there's no warning light, surely it's fine, but it don't sound fine. So, brought the car back home, and I'm now longboarding to the train station. In theory, it's possible to bus down, but because I'm not taking the car today, it means I've got to try and get it fixed tomorrow. If I don't get it fixed tomorrow, then I don't have a car on Monday, and I've got to be on campus. I have to be on campus before 9 o'clock tomorrow. And the buses don't really run very well or reliably in the morning, so I'm timing it on the longboard to see if I can I need to get to Bath by 7 in order to have enough time to get up to the uni, despite terrible buses and everyone trying to get there because of exams. So basically I'm timing this to see if I'll be able to get to the train station before the bus will be able to get me to the train station on Monday morning, because I'd have to, like I say, leave really fucking early. While the longboard is not going to be ideal like when I get into Bath, because I've got to get up a huge hill that it's likely I'm going to have to bus on, I'm hoping that it's worth putting up with in order to basically like get to the train station earlier and all that kind of stuff. This weekend though, I'm definitely going to spend some time cleaning this longboard. And its bearings do definitely need cleaning. It feels slower than it normally does, so I have to put more effort into going quick, is what I'm saying. That's why I'm wearing shorts, motherfucker! It's supposed to be really hot today, so. Fucking deliberate anti-longboard things. Saw someone else on a skateboard. I think I'm a bit lost though. I think Temple Meads is around here somewhere. Never really, yeah, I know this road. I never really come at it from that way. I wasn't expecting that sight, you know. It's all changed around here. I don't know where I'm going at all. I thought I needed to turn right ages ago. But nope, down here now. I can only assume this isn't going to work. Christ, no. Used to using that bridge there, but I missed my turning. How quickly it stops, look. There's like no spin in that. The bearings are so dirty. I need to get on top of that really relatively quickly. Find time to do it this weekend as a revision break. Maybe. Hit Bath in a decent amount of time as well, to be honest with you. About 40 minutes to get here, which is pretty good going. I'm just going to the bus now. I don't really know what bus I'm supposed to get. That's the problem. Figured out my bus took like over 30 minutes to get up from Bath to here on the bus. Put that into perspective, I covered twice that distance on the longboard in 20 minutes. And then like it took 40 minutes to get to the town centre and then another 35 minutes to get up to campus. And that was me being lucky and getting on the bus straight away. Like it's not me having to wait for a bus or anything like that. Trying to stall because there's a huge crowd of people in front of me, and within this crowd is my final year supervisor. I'm trying to dodge him. It does unfortunately mean that I have to walk around with a longboard in my hand, which is quite annoying. I don't know why I didn't bring the fucking longboard onto campus earlier. This is great. Granted, it's because no one's around. But, right, heading up to the room. It's just gone 9 o'clock. That is not bad going. That's not bad going. I mean, well, it's bad considering I left at 7. But I mean, I left home at about 10 to 8. So it only took an hour and 10 minutes-ish. Well, no, hour and 25, but even so, I think that's pretty good going. It's a good job I'm just staying in like one room though. Otherwise, to carry the longboard with me. I need to buy a lock, so I can lock it up somewhere. There's no way I'm walking up the stairs either. Hide from security cameras as well, because they might want to talk to me after yesterday. No, they wouldn't. I was partially expecting some kind of email, basically saying like, if they didn't want me to longboard inside, they could, in theory, follow me on the CCTV to my car and then know who I am. So I was expecting an email being like, oh, could you mind not longboarding or skateboarding inside? I need a wee though. Oh man, we did bloody good. I don't think anyone has ever got an excuse for being late ever again. Quite frankly, the distance I've covered today, that's madness. I'm just going to try and forget about the car because I should be putting it in the, I'm going to have to go to a garage at some point. It's not going to be able to be today, so hopefully tomorrow morning I'll be able to take it to a garage. I'm going to try and forget about that. Hopefully it'll be fixed and working by the time I need it for Monday morning. So I'm not sure if I covered this, but look what I what I brought in today instead of my Surface Book. The Surface Pro. You know why? Because the fucking Surface Book is so bloody heavy. I was like, you know what? I'm going to use this. But man, I've missed this. I've genuinely missed this. This is so pretty. The bezel's a bit too big, but I think it'll be interesting today to see if I will get annoyed by anything. Like, if I get annoyed by the fact that it's not a proper keyboard or like the less RAM or slightly lower processing power. I don't think I will because everything we're doing is in the cloud and in Google Docs, but could be. Who knows?
What I do like, how far you can tilt back the screen, which you can't do in the Surface Book. It doesn't tilt back far enough. This is nice because I can basically lean it back and just kind of go, you know, instead of being like, kind of like here, trying to get the right angle. Otherwise it's lagging a bit, but I think that might be because this Google Docs form is fucking huge and it's got a load of like comments on it and stuff. So, I mean, like, this is considerably less powerful than the other one, so I can't expect it to be identical in every way. But, I mean, like, yeah, I'm using 68% of the processing, 72% of the RAM's gone just on Chrome. This is stressful. We're all in the room, frantically typing. We've got about 25 minutes left. Oh god, I am sweating, I'm that stressed. It should be content complete, but there are sections of the document that even I haven't read. All done. How about down this? That's way too loud. Christ on a bike. Someone is going to come and tell me. Time to head home. Now we worry about my car. Hopefully I'll be able to drop it off at the mechanics tonight or book it in really early for tomorrow morning. That's my plan of attack. But otherwise I'm probably going to get down to Bristol in order to meet Laura outside work. At this rate, because it's 4 o'clock now. Probably going to take me about an hour to get there, maybe. Casually, what are you doing? You alright?
I'm just walking some revising stuff, going to have a bit of lunch.
As you do, yeah?
Doing some washing, so...
Do you have a YouTube channel?
No, I don't.
No, you don't? Oh, you just want to join him?
I thought of it. What's your name?
Jamie.
I shook your hand, but you're good.
No, I'm being a bit productive. Right.
Nice to meet you, Jamie.
Good luck with the revision.
Yeah, cheers, mate. You too. Hello, Jamie's followers, subscribers. I'm Innie, by the way.
Sorry?
Innie.
Nice to meet you as well.
Have a good day.
Bye. He doesn't know who I am, he just wanted to be in the vlog. Now officially the worst part about bringing my longboard, however, because I've got to get down the hill, which means carrying my longboard down the hill because it's far too steep to do without a brake, which is a bit of a problem, but it gives me a chance to talk to you about my time today. So that's good, isn't it? Oh man, what a fucking stressful one. If only I was good enough. You can't, there's no reason why you can't go down hills like this. It's just I'm not very good. God damn it, I'm not very brave. Anyway, so we've been sat in that room working since 9 when I got there, 9:15ish, solidly. A lot of the time writing new content. There are entire sections of the document I never read. I never read the documents, the parts of it that were terrible last night. I read bits of them, but I assume they were okay. It got to the point where we couldn't really care about it. I feel like we actually did a really good job of pulling that together. I don't necessarily think that you would look at the document and go, that was produced in a week. Which I think is good. So yeah, I'm happier with it than I otherwise have any right to be. But beyond that, not much we can do, is there? Apart from head on home. Like I say, I've got to head to the train station. As soon as I get to the bottom of this hill, I can longboard again. But heading to the train station so that I can talk to so that I can get the train back to Bristol town centre, hang around a bit for Laura, potentially ring up my mechanic friend to try and book in my car for tomorrow. I was about to say Fiat then, because I'm so used to the Fiat being the one that is broken. But yeah, hopefully it's not too problematic. But going down this road would be so much fun if I knew what I was doing. Like, to be fair, this hill is terrifying on a bike, so it will be terrifying on this. Although you see videos of people doing like 40 plus miles an hour on these things. Like in New Zealand, where I think they're more common, or Australia, they're just going down like the side of mountains and stuff. And I'm like, you guys have fucking balls. I don't have them balls, man. Part of me likes walking this way because you get to look at like how pretty Bath is. Because it's basically, you can see basically all of Bath there. But then the only times I ever walk this and see that is when my car's broken. So kind of a bit of view really. Or last year when I had to, or 2 years ago, when I had to walk up and down to uni. That wasn't fun either. What I am happy about though is how much lighter the Surface Pro is than the Surface Book. It's noticeably lighter. It feels, it probably isn't, but it feels like a quarter of the weight because it's less bulky and it's less like chunky. It's obviously probably going to be about like half the weight. Probably, well no, the Surface Book is really fucking heavy, especially if you are used to. A fly just landed on my finger and I pressed the record button and it's now dead. I didn't even notice. I just lifted my finger above the camera and there's now a dead fly on my finger. Now I've got to use a different finger to press the stop button. Of all the buttons to land on, it landed on one of the two that I use. But yeah, no, I was surprised you could tell the Surface Book is considerably more powerful than at least my version of the Surface Pro. Although mine's obviously a Surface Pro 3 and it's the base model. And like, there are many things about the Surface Book which are nicer than the Surface Pro, but like I didn't miss anything about the Surface Book apart from its performance, which you would then therefore gain back if you just got a more powerful Surface Pro, you know? So I err on the side of preferring the Pro, personally. But that's life. That's what all the people say. I think in order to longboard down this hill, you would have to have humongous balls, or like a lot of like no skin showing at all, like a fucking Kevlar. Because if you fall off and any kind of your skin's touching the floor, that skin's not there anymore, you know what I mean? Now I've got to balance the weekend. The weekend I was going to go up to Cribs, drive up to Cribs for a break and pick up some stuff that I need to get from there. Because driving up to Cribs takes up less time than going to town. But now if I've got to go to town, basically to drop my car off at the garage, that's a mess up, that is. To be fair, it's quite a quiet road and it's very smooth. Should we try it? Serious note, when you longboard everywhere, you forget how slow walking is. I need to stop rambling to camera. I've got so much footage on this camera. I've still got yesterday's vlog on here, because I didn't have time to do it last night. Short though, ladies and gentlemen, to summarise, before I go to the train station, I am happy that I've now got no more coursework to do. So happy. It's just a case of revising for 2 more exams. One of them is imminently close, Monday. I feel relatively confident for it already. The other one is not this Wednesday coming, the Wednesday after. That's my last exam. It's the one I'm most scared about. But I've got loads of time with literally only that to do. So I've got loads of time to revise for it, so it should be okay. If I put the work in. We just pulled into Bristol Temple Meads. I find it ironic that this is more reliable than public transport.
We made it back. Time jump, ladies and gentlemen. It's about time for bed. I'm pooped. Made it back through longboarding through commuter traffic is difficult work because pedestrians are just like, they know where they want to be and they're going there, or they're dawdling big time, and that combination is difficult to predict when you're trying to longboard between people. So met Laura and then we busted back home, and the weather was so hot as well. It's so hot. It's like so muggy and humid. It was vile. Came back here. We went up to Morrison's to go pick up some lemonade. Because instead of celebratory wine,
We've been alcoholics and had like celebratory Malibu lemonade. It's a bit more summery. You feel like 99% more of an alcoholic for drinking mixers and stuff, you know. Otherwise, we've just watched TV and stuff, and we've just been relaxing, basically. Tomorrow, we have to go and sort out the car. That's priority number 1. Priority number 2 is revision, and priority number 3 is we need to go to the bank. So, it'll be a fun day. It's been nice to have an evening off. I'll catch you later.